Hello, my name is Martina, and we are now speaking about a wonderful film from Estonia, A Year Full of Drama. The film is made by Marta Polk, but Marta is not here. We have the producer of the film with us. Hello, Paul.
Hello.
What was first? Was the idea for the experiment first or the idea for the film?
I think that's that's a good question for me, actually, because I was also one of the authors of the idea, and the idea came first. I am a theater producer mainly, but I have also written dramaturgy for theater, and our group of friends who we with whom we have this project theater, we were sitting around at one festival club like after a show, and we were like just very tired because of all those shows we had seen, and we were like thinking like, okay, like what if a normal person would see so many things like we see all the time as professionals, that it really requires a lot of stamina, it really requires a lot of tolerance. And then we just started like thinking like that, but what if we actually like get someone to watch everything? Like what if we find someone to watch all the shows that the Estonian theater produces? And we were thinking like, okay, like is it even possible? Is it realistic to see everything? And then we just we were like thinking like, could I do it? And then I thought, no, I would probably go crazy. It's like the theater level is so up and down, and to watch everything, it's just it would take such a big toll. And then at some point when we were like just having fun again with this idea, then we thought that to actually do it, to document it, to make it somehow how do you say, like visible to others, then we came to the idea of documentary. And I think we were actually influenced because of this sheer how do you say, physical like the physical fatigue or the physical experiment that it is. We were actually thinking of this Super Size Me by Morgan Spurlock, but we were thinking like, it's so much theater, is it healthy? But he was of course doing it like so much McDonald's, is it healthy? But for us it was like, it's pretty much the same, they are both healthy if it's the right amount. But if you eat too much or if you consume too much theater, then it might get quite unhealthy. All the sitting in the theater, all the, traveling, all this passive watching. And then we started looking for possible directors who would help us with this idea.
And then Marta came to you, and why did you choose Marta as a director?
We had a meeting with several documentary directors, but with Marta, I think there were some things that really clicked together. First of all, she was not in any awe of theater, because her sister is an actress, and she has done drama when she was in high school herself. And she was only interested in doing like a documentary about, the experiment, not to talk about theater that much. So we felt like she had a good distance. She was not like thinking like, oh, theater is such a holy thing that we shouldn't, show it in any wrong way, or we should really respect it. That she was not bothered by that aspect. So we felt that as a director, it gives her a good perspective. And also like on a personal level, we really matched. I think we all felt that it's easy to talk, it's easy to make fun, make jokes, and that is really important if you are going to do a film project, because it takes such a long time from the start to the end.
You selected Alessia. She is 22 when she starts with the experiment. And she comes from a Russian community. Was this important for you that she comes from a Russian community, or is it just doesn't matter?
I think a lot of the things that open up in the movie or in the film, that all those side stories, the background, the drama, the personal problems, this for us was just a bonus, an extra, because we just, when we saw her introductory video that she had to send to apply, we were like, we were in love from the very first minute. And then when we had this second round and third round of finding the right character, or like we had this, we did those different levels, like we interviewed people, and then we had one-on-one contacts, and she was just really, really like the best in all those rounds. And once we started like actually doing the film, then all the background gave us so much more to talk about. Of course, we knew like a bit that, okay, she's from a Russian family, but that was not like an argument. It was just her personality, her way of talking, her way of being sincere. It all worked. It all worked.
There are different film formats in the film. So sometimes Alessia seems to film herself without anybody else there. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, we bought her a camera so she can try out like if she has anything to say or any emotions that she wants to share.
Okay, so how can I think about it practically? On the one hand, you want to show the girl alone on her travel, but as we know, there is a camera team and a director with her all the time. So how you practically manage the filming?
We made a choice to have a really small team that goes along from the very beginning. We had to make a choice, like, is it going to be a very, like, what kind of production is it going to be? How are we going to edit it in the end? And we decided that we go for a very small team. And most of the trips, it was just the director with the camera and the microphone, and then Alicia. On some more maybe difficult journeys, it was two people, like director and the cameraman beside her. So it was always a small team. And since it was like we did a lot of camera work already before the year started, so Alicia got used to the camera quite quickly. And I think yeah, for her it was not like I don't think I think she got used to the fact that the camera is there, but she can still be herself quite quickly. So there was like, we didn't have to make her act, or we didn't have to make her say certain things. It was just like, be yourself.
Do you think that theater can really change somebody's mind?
I think if you haven't been to theater before, or if you haven't been to theater that much, then of course it can be so immersive. It can tell a story in a very, very like here and now way. So if you are having some trouble in your life, or if you are looking for something, or if you are in certain state of mind, it can really blow your mind. But I think with Alicia, it's like, if you are 22, you are going to change a lot in 1 year, no matter what you do. It's such a turbulent time. And for her, I think we just made this process even faster, because she had to experience so much in 1 year. Otherwise, it might have taken her a bit longer, but nevertheless, I mean, there is definitely change going on in that age. But theater, I think the more you see, the less it changes you at some point.
Yes, yes. I think because she has to go away and she has to travel, that makes some of the difference. Beside, I think really to go to theater and see all these emotional things made her think about herself. And that's really, really great in the film that you really see how she gets influenced not from the theater, I think, but of her thoughts she has because she sees theater. And that's even more fantastic for me. I like that very much. At the beginning of the film, there is no real film music. But in the middle of the film music starts out suddenly and it becomes even more. Um, did you think about it or just came when you were editing? So
I know that I wasn't like present there, but I know Marta, the director, talked to me a lot about like her cooperation with the composer, and they were really like at some point struggling with between each other, like how to make the right sounds, because Marta had a certain idea in her head that she couldn't communicate in the language of music, and then they were sending a lot of stuff back and forth, and at some point like I don't know, I remember there was even some despair, and one day Marta said, I think I got through to what I want from the composer, and from there on it went really like quickly and really like yeah, I think it's the music part is very important in the film, and it really sounds the way Marta wanted it. And the composer is he's terrific. He does. If there is anything difficult in Estonian theater that needs composing or anything that's like, he's the first guy you always turn to. He's booked all year round to different theaters, so we were very lucky to get him. And the music, yeah, it becomes more important. I think for me, like the final scene of the film. I don't think I even have to watch the screen already. The music, I just get my eyes just get wet, even if I have seen it for 10 times. It's
But
nice.
it's interesting because at the beginning there's a lot of theater and music of the theaters in the film as well.
Mhm.
But in the middle, Alicia is changing from becoming more like a drama figure herself, I think, because she gets to know herself so good, and suddenly she knows where she wants to go. So it really made sense that the music in that point started to be more intensive. I liked it a lot.
That's
Um,
good.
was the development of Alicia did surprise you? Did it surprise you that how she was at the end, or have you suspected anything like that?
Well, the way it has turned out, it's still something you sort of you just I don't know. It just makes you laugh a bit.
Mhm.
It just makes you laugh about life a bit, like because of course there were like two ways this could go. Like she would like hate theater and never want to do anything with about it, or you know, it will go as it goes in this film. So it was a surprise, definitely. And as I was like quite close to Alicia throughout the year, because I was always doing the theater tickets and making plans for her next week or the next month, then then I saw those moments of despair a lot, like when she was just like, I don't want to go. I don't feel like it. I'm so tired. I'm like can I have 1 week off? Can we change the plan so I can have 1 week rest? And you can see that, okay, like it's going a bit like this Morgan Spurlock movie now, that she is actually having like she's struggling, you know, she's not feeling good. But then again, you know, how it ends, how she has a small pause, and how she can probably also recover. And yeah, the change is like it's visible in the movie as well, but
Mhm.
it was also visible during the process.
Mm. How is Alicia now? Is she still studying?
she's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's studying. She's happy. She has a relationship now for almost a year now, I think. Yeah, so that gives her a lot of stability. Because during the film process, she had like very many relationships that didn't go that well. But now she's like, yeah, she's has something that she's like studying, and she has a relationship, and she's living with like theater schools are quite like intense. You stay with the same group for pretty much the whole week, 24/7. And I think their group is also very like a small commune, small family. So she has this very nice environment to grow up now.
Has she seen the film already?
Oh yes, yeah.
And how was her feeling when she saw herself in the film?
I remember they did a screening in a cinema that Alicia and her friend were watching together with the director. And Marta, the director, was really nervous. Like she didn't know what Alicia would think about the first rough cut. And then the film finished, and then Alicia, as the way she is, just went to Marta and said, "Really good job. You did even better than I thought."
Right.
And then she just, I don't know, mentioned something like, I don't know, like maybe that part can be a bit shorter, and that was it. Like,
Right.
I mean, that was her life that she just watched for like the whole period, and she was so, how do you say, relaxed, so normal about it. You know,
Okay.
I would hate watching myself for this.
Do you think about repeating the experiment? You want to make it once more, or was it once for lifetime?
No, I think it's a once in a lifetime thing. People have asked, like, do we want to repeat it, or do we want to do it with some other job or some other field, or do we want to do it in another country? But we are like very much into just having fun and doing things that really like excite us. And it's very hard to be excited for the second time as much as it was for the first time. So I think I think that's like the nice. It's nice that we have the film. It's like it you can always turn back to it.
Yes, thank you very much for the interview.